Okay, I'm just going to force him to do the melee attack. Unfortunately, I can't farm him with flash counter, which is up, but that's okay.
Watch out for the Axion darts.
Behind what?
Never mind, I went straight for Striker. That's convenient.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's one of the more annoying parts of this boss, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, thankfully, I can just tank it for us, so we're good. Hello, everyone. This is Striker Utasa from Stronghold Central, putting the tank back in Titan. And today I have a Grandmaster Nightfall for you. I am playing a support Titan build with the Stronghold exotic, running in to the fray and tanking as much aggro as possible to relieve my fire team from any kind of damage that I can. Just kind of going in, being a big distraction, making sure enemies shoot at me and not my teammates, giving them woven mail with the into the fray aspect, doing some suspension. This is a very, very fun support team build. The full build breakdown is at the end, and the dim link is down in the description. Now, sadly, the audio that I recorded for this is kind of jarbled, a little bit messed up. It's not really the nicest to listen to, so I'm just going to do some post commentary on this GM and give kind of my thought process on it. But you can see, Sir actually is a newer player to Destiny 2, and we're taking him through his first GM ever. So that's why I'm running a more support style build where I'm not going to be, you know, doing big damage. I'm mostly just going to try to keep my team alive and try to control the enemies. Not exactly sure what happened to Sir back there, actually. But if one person on the fire team is taking as much aggro as possible and not dying, that is a huge boon to everyone else. If you've ever played a GM with a Stronghold Titan, you know what I'm talking about. Well, you know, with one on your fire team. Betsy, there are snipers over there. I'm just going to make sure they look towards me, so that way Solus can take them out with that Vex Missile class that he's running. We are running the Call, Excalibur, and my pride and joy, my Abyssal Edge with flash counter and redirection. If you don't know, if you are using Stronghold, you can get the Restoration 2 from Stronghold. Or if you're using the flash counter on your sword, you can get the Restoration ×2 from Stronghold without even having to swing your sword, which is incredibly strong. I've made a ton of videos on that combo, and it is incredibly powerful. And see, I'm taking a little bit more heat here than I can handle, but I'm able to get that shield up, get that 90% damage distance. Yes, that is right. Stronghold is 90% DR, which is just ridiculous. But see, I'm just kind of beating them up with redirection. Redirection is 100% more damage, and you stack it up by hitting red bars, and flash counter counts as a hit. So if you blind a red bar with flash counter, you get that redirection bonus, which is fantastic. Makes it really easy to conserve ammo because you're able to hit them with the flash counter, stack up the redirection, and then when it's time to kill champions, you're spending half the ammo you were supposed to. It's awesome. Flash counter redirection kicks ass, and I really hope more people go for this role before Heresy ends, which we're only in Act 1 right now, so you got plenty of time. I, for one, have gotten 10 Adept Abyssal Edges, and none of them have had redirection and flash counter. I've gotten 2 flash counter ones and 0 redirection ones, so that's very cool. Very, very happy with that. But the others of fun activities aren't really mine too much. Let's see here. I'm just kind of blocking this sentry. Gonna pop up my Call. I really should just kept my shield up because you can see my teammates are getting shot at there. But I'm able to take down these enemies, these turrets with my Call. I absolutely love the Call. I think the Call has been power creeped the hell and back, but when Final Shape came out, this was a pretty damn good gun. All right, so here, this is Sir's first time seeing the Hypernova, and it was very funny because he was freaking out. But that audio just does not sound great. I don't know what the heck happened to my audio while recording this, but it's whatever. I'll fix it for next time we do a GM on this channel. But yeah, I want to do some solo GMs at some point, but I think Hypernet Current is not very friendly to Stronghold. The Tormentor alone is just... The Tormentors on Stronghold are just super duper annoying because they take like, I think it's 95% damage distance on anything that's not a precision hit, and swords can't crit, so oops. But here I'm just kind of going in, I'm taking down the Scions, I'm being as safe as possible because the Sniper Scions on this area are just really, really annoying. I fuck up my sword swings a bit there, but that's okay. He died somehow. I don't know why he took so much more damage than he was supposed to, but whatever. Yeah, same as going in for these Scions. I have Willing Vessel ×5, so going for the heavy attack is very safe. Their Willing Vessel is incredible. I think Abyssal Edge is the best sword in the game. Like, there is very low competition in my eyes, at least for Stronghold. because just how good Willing Vessel is, it gives you, I think, 80 charge rate at ×5, which is enough to heavy attack and then immediately go back in the guard. Yeah, see, look, I'm making all the enemies fight me, including that unstoppable, which I'm going to go and burst down with redirection. God, just look at the damage I can do with this sword. It's ridiculous. Get my 45% damage distance from Woven Mail. Pick up that Tangle, toss it over there. Just be able to keep that DR up, wipe out these enemies, and then eventually I'll be heading over to the Tormentor to try to control it and force my team, force its crit spot to look at my team. So my team tells me that, hey, the shoulder pads are broken, you can now tank the Tormentor, because Flash Counter cannot hit the Pauldrons, but can hit the actual Tormentor itself. So see, I am kind of just controlling them, making sure my teammates can look at that crit spot. We're kind of just waiting for the Unstop to spawn, because we want to get the Platinum. We did end up getting the Platinum, which is pretty dang cool. But see, look, I'm just kind of controlling the Tormentor, making sure my teammates can just burst it the hell down. Unstop should spawn soon. I think actually already spawned. Yeah, it already spawned. So we're kind of just going to keep the Tormentor on hold while my team works on that Unstoppable. Just kind of get between the two, make sure that the Tormentor doesn't jump up there or hurt them somehow. I go for the finisher on the Unstop, and then the Tormentor gets bursted down by my team. Beautifully executed. My teammates were very rarely in danger during this entire encounter. Sir died at the very beginning, but like, come on, he's a new player. Let him be. He just unlocked Surges yesterday. Let's be nice to Sir, all right? He just got the Guardian rank 6. Let's let him be. Let's let him be. Okay, here we go. Running through, keeping this strand tangle so that way I can get my Woven Mail. Sadly, it's gonna disappear soon, unfortunately. And boom, it's just gone. That's so sad. It stinks you can't hold on to those things for longer, but I kind of get it, you know? I kind of get it. All right, here comes... This is why I really should pop my super. When we did more GM runs later on, this is just the one that I kept for YouTube because I really liked the gameplay here. Now I just like jump down and super immediately because I can kill those two unstops with the Strand super because it's just really, really good. So here's another good thing about Stronghold. The shields, as you can notice, they're not really... well, they were not using it until Solus jumped down and it's about to die. But you can make sure that they are pointed away from your teammates who are, you know, most likely running higher DPS builds than you are. And there we go. Boom. Finisher. Yeah, if they stay up there, you can just kind of tilt the shields away from them, which is nice. And then we have Excalibur. I absolutely love Excalibur. I think it's massively underrated in today's meta. I think Excalibur is amazing, especially for these phalanxes, because you can shoot around their shield very easily and get the stun. And my teammates are just bursting that guy down. Boom. Gone. Hell yeah. Yeah, Solus is on a Vex Mythoclast Hunter build, and Sir, I believe, is using Arbalist on a Void Titan. At least I believe that's what he's running. I'll figure that out. We'll see in some gameplay, I guess, at some point. We haven't really seen Sir's character very much at all. But here I get kind of close to dying, but thankfully I do have that recovery, so I'm able to just hide behind this wall for a bit and get my health back. This is why recovery is really important on Stronghold, because sometimes you can't get Flash Counter, sometimes you can't get that Resto too. But it's still okay. And then Solus kind of goes in and gets kind of fucked. I remember yelling at Solus at this point. I was like, hey, bud, just hang back there. Let the big boys handle this, all right? That's not what I said to him. That's kind of mean. But you get what I'm saying. It's like he's playing a squishy as hell Hunter. I'm playing a tanky as fuck Titan. He's got to stay in the back line. He's going to get obliterated. Yeah, see, we get towards this part right here. And I absolutely love this part coming up. We are going to jump down there and we are going to tank. See, all of the enemies are now shooting at me and none of them are shooting at my teammates. My teammates have a free range to just pick up that Arcranium and just break as many blights as possible. You see Sir tossing out that Sentinel shield, trying to, or that shield throw, trying to take out some of these Scions for me. I don't really need it, and I'm stacking up that redirection. Look at that, 24 stacks without even swinging my sword whatsoever. It's absolutely fantastic. I love Flash Counter rework. It is so incredibly good for Stronghold. It is a massive buff. I do think it makes playing Stronghold really, really easy, but I think that there is still a lot of skill expression in it, especially when trying to control enemy aggro and knowing when you can go in and when you can't. Because, yeah, Flash Counter, you're getting the restoration too constantly, but you're doing very little damage. So, not really worth... You have to understand when to swap to a DPS weapon. It's not really worth just standing there holding Flash Counter forever unless you have teammates If you're running this solo, then you're going to have to swap to like a Lord of Wolves or Excalibur, which I have in my back pocket here. And here we get to the parkour section. If you didn't know, by the way, if everyone skips this with skimmers, it actually does soft lock. So you have to actually do the run itself on the... you have to... At least one player has to do the full run, which Solus here is going to attempt. I tell Sir to kind of back off because Solus says he's got this, and I believe in him. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He can definitely get this done. I have my full, total faith in him. There is no way he's going to die on this. And there's definitely no way he's going to die on it multiple times. You know? He's got this. I believe in him. Look at him go. He's so fast. Nothing could possibly touch him. Damn. And then starts trying it just for fun. Because we have 10 revives. We'll be okay. And look at that. Solus makes it with no issue whatsoever. What a gamer. And then I'm able to just do the cheese right here. But yeah, if everyone does the cheese, then it soft locks. So, it's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, pick up the Arcranium, immediately drop it because I took 1 billion damage. But the Arcraniums, do not underestimate the Arcraniums in this GM. They melt. They're so freaking good. Something important to notice, by the way, if you, see, I'm trying to just take those taken bolts for my team so that we don't have to deal with them. Well, they can go ahead and freeze and melt the... or slow and melt the Overload Champion right there. Funny bombs. I'm yelling at Solus to stay the heck back away from the bombs. Because the bombs are very, very scary. They can... I don't think they can one-shot you, but they can make you really, really low to the point that you can just get one-shot anyway. And here we have Mr. Stasis Gun over here. I absolutely hate these taken. They are super duper annoying. But they get melted down with Arcranium easy enough. Boom. Just defeated. Destroyed. Dead. We're going to jump back up here. Hold our shield again. We have another taken behind us. My teammates are just going to take it out while I draw its aggro. This is a very, very safe way, very consistent way to finish off GMs. You just got to be very, very careful. Going up here, watching out for the bomb. Funny man is dead. I go for the heavy attack. Do some damage with that redirection flash counter sword. He does end up healing a little bit more, unfortunately, but that's okay. Because now we get the finisher, and he's gone. That makes him special for my team, thanks to the artifact perk. Funny, bomb goes off, and here we get to a really scary part of the GM. These snipers are no joke. They will obliterate you. Hell, I even got one shot during one of the GM runs, so it's kind of ridiculous. Not through Stronghold, of course, but like I dropped Stronghold to shoot at it with the call because I got a bit too cocky, and then it got blown up, and it was kind of ridiculous. So I'm gonna put down a rally barrier, make sure they all look at me. So if you don't know, if you're behind a barricade, enemies are more likely to target you. This is incredibly important on Stronghold because I saw that enemy to my left was shooting at my teammates, and I was like, nah, you're not doing that. Look at me. And see if able to take them down with Vex Missile Class while they're looking at me instead. God, I love Stronghold. What a fun play style. Teammates able to take down that guy. I assume with the Arbalist, I believe that gets barrier piercing. Yeah, and here we go. At the end of the towards the end of the GM, we have 3 overloads to take down, so we can get the platinum. So I'm just gonna go in here and beat the shit out of these enemies and try to save some sword ammo because I am only at half capacity, which is unfortunate. And I have 2 heavy ammo finders and a heavy ammo scout on my head. We have another hypernova. Need to hide behind the wall for that. I think you can actually block it with Stronghold, which is kind of funny. But I'd rather get behind the wall, just be safe, because I haven't died yet, and I want to make sure I get through this. I want to make sure I get through this GM flawlessly, while also providing a lot of good support to my team by taking that aggro. You see, just kind of plinking them down with the call, looking around. Funny guys up here. I asked my teammates to please stun the overload so I can burst them down. But at least I am making sure that this overload cannot hit any one of my teammates. They go get the stun, beating the hell out of him. Unfortunately, wave frames go a bit above him, but that's okay. I should really just be using light attacks anyway on champions. Heavy attacks are really good burst damage, but they're not really great for ammo economy. Unfortunately, my friend goes down there because he just got kind of swarmed while trying to help me out with the overload. I am the last guardian standing, but that's okay. So I'm going to take down these guys with flash counter. Can I push them away from my friend here? And then I am going to run on in Solus goes for the snare there on these 3. I end up popping my super. He ends up dying again, but that's unfortunate. But that's okay, because I can burst down these ogres. I love Strand Super. It's so fun. And I'm going for Sir. And I'm suspending those guys so they can't fuck with me while I'm trying to revive Sir. And more importantly, they can't fuck with Sir, which is very, very nice. Again, Sir's first GM. So, don't be too harsh on him. Solus has no excuse. You can be harsh on him. No, I'm joking. Solus is a very good friend of mine. So I like, you know, hazing him a little bit. It's fun. Yeah, so we're gonna fly up here. Never mind, we're not. So there's actually a little lip that you can jump onto over to the side. But I just can't get up here even with catapult jump. I don't know what's going on, but I can barely make it up. For some reason on that side, I don't really understand. I'm just gonna beat the hell out of him with Excalibur, with my teammate using that Arc Cranium. And then we're going up. Make sure I grab that heavy ammo on the way up. But now we get to the boss fight. This is where Stronghold really shines. Because this guy shoots out Axiom Bolts, which are mega annoying. And the Axiom Bolts will target the closest player. Hey guys, guess who the closest player is at all times? It's me. Hi, I'm the closest player. So that means that the boss is always going to be targeting me. He's always going to be shooting me. He's only going to be forced to do the melee attack. If you didn't know, if you're near a boss, they will almost always do their little slam attack on the player that's nearest to them. So you can immediately drag aggro to you, or draw aggro to you by just getting close. So you can see, like, he's shooting my teammates there, but the moment I get close, he's like, oh shit, time to do melee attack, and now I gotta deal with this fucker who's right up next to me. So my teammates will just burst him down with that, with their supers and with their, oh god, what's it called? Arc Craniums? That's what they're called. And I'm just trying to get my flash counter to the proc. There we go, boom, and I'm good to go. I'm able to just tank a bit more. I get kind of blasted away, but that's okay, because the boss is still shooting at me. I can see that with that Shadow Bolt. Ends up getting one shot off to my teammates, but that's okay. That is so many less shots they have to deal with than just that one. I got my flash counter off again. As you can see, all the enemies are looking at me, which means my teammates are free to do whatever the heck they want. Focus on the boss, focus on ads, whatever the heck they want, because the boss is looking at me, which is exactly what you want to do. This is basically an MMO tank, and I freaking love that. Stronghold is so fucking cool. It is an awesome exotic. And part of the skill ceiling, now that flash counter is here, part of the massive skill ceiling that you have for this build is knowing when you can go for sword swings like that, knowing when you can do damage, knowing when you can get your Banner of War, get whatever, and take down enemies. So Solus ends up dying there, unfortunately. I think it's because he kind of overextended with the super there, because you can see the snare. But I think there's an enemy on him right now towards my left, but I'm just making sure that this boss does not target Sir or anyone else. I get my restoration off on this guy, kind of just leaving him alive, farming him for resto too, flash counters. Solus is able to get revived by Sir, so then they can focus on killing that ad over on the back left there. Well, I'm still just kind of farming up this dude, using flash counter. And now we are at phase 2 of the boss fight, meaning I gotta back up a little bit because now this guy's immune, so I can't really farm him. I can still tank him though, so I'm still making sure the boss is looking at me. So again, I'm basically making this just a mobbing session with 2 players instead of 3. Get my finisher for that nice Banner of War, get some kills, boost my Banner of War up as much as I can. Again, making sure the boss is looking at me. I think it's actually looking at my teammates right now, which is a big issue on my part. I'll have to pay more attention next time. That's the nice thing about, like, reviewing your own gameplay, because you're like, okay, I could do this better, I could do that better, etc., etc. We're gonna beat the hell out of them there. Boss is still looking at me, which is perfect. Solus and Sir are just making their way around, getting those Arc Craniums, getting these blights down. I actually end up going in myself because I realized that I can tank it. So I'm good. I got an Arc Cranium. Solus runs around, picks it up. He's able to start taking down these blights. This is a very selfless kind of playstyle. You're mostly just kind of sitting there healing and tanking the boss. But as long as your teammates are alive, that's all that matters to me. I love playing tanks in video games, and Stronghold in Destiny 2 lets you live that fantasy for team-based gameplay, even at endgame content like GMs. Because that 90% DR, man, it's just so good. Like, goddamn, it's just so good. Yeah, detailed build breakdown after we kill this boss. I end up just taking out some ads because I got plenty of sword ammo, so Might as well go on a killing spree here. Or as the game likes to call it, a heavy spree. And so yeah, we have the boss to fight. I end up plinking away on with the call a little bit. Thankfully, with anti-barrier, you don't even have to worry about those little shields, which is quite nice. I go for the Arc Cranium just to do some more damage. Because, again, Arc Craniums, do not sleep on them in this GM. They do a ton of damage. Take some hits here, that's okay. And here's the magical moment. I go in to tank. Yet again. Phase 2, the boss is looking at me, gonna force him to do his melee attack. Just force him to look at me. But my teammates don't have to worry about the boss whatsoever and can just chill. Because those Axiom darts are going right for me and not my teammates. Look at that, see? God, I love this playstyle. It's so much fun. Look at them over there, just chilling behind the Sirius barricade, able to just shoot. They have a few ads to deal with, but they don't have to deal with the boss, which is very, very nice. Look at that. Oh, I love this game. Destiny 2 is in a very good spot right now. I think it's incredibly fun. There's so much cool build crafting you can do, and you can just have so much fun with it. So here, I think one of the acting darts actually mean the back maybe take 50% less damage instead of the full 90, which is a big problem. So I'm kind of backing away here, letting my recovery kick in. As you can see, I got a little bit more chip healing back, and I'm like, okay, I think I can go ahead and go for a sword swing on this guy at some point. So I'm kind of just like debating whether or not I want to farm for recovery, or if I want to, go in for a sword swing, get my perfect guard off. But I end up kind of just hanging back, and it's still working. I mean, I'm still the closest one to the boss, so the Axiom darts are heading towards me instead of my teammates. I mean, I am safe. If you have a teammate with the adamantite or the solar, we're actually heading towards this overload over here. Hopefully take him down. Ends up getting stunned. Let me start beating him up. If you have a teammate with an adamantine or the solar support rifle, they can just start shooting you on bosses like this. He's still just a little bit too close, and I get upset with them. I'm like, dude, just let me finish him. You don't gotta go in for the finisher. It's okay. Blink away with the call a little bit. I really should be using the Excalibur here, actually. I learned that in a future GM that I can just kind of like chill and use the Excalibur block because I have replenishing Aegis, so I can just kind of hold up the Excalibur block forever and tank that guy this way. And the boss fight goes way, way, way faster that way. So definitely try that out if you're going to be running this build in GMs. Sir ends up going down again, but that's okay. We have 11 revives. I haven't died a single time, so we have they have 11 revives to share between the two of them, which is quite nice. Giving Sir that good defense with the barrier. I think you get a splash resistance one behind it, so that's very nice. Get my woven mail. Farm up more redirection stacks. End up killing off the enemies. Tossing one up there, because that's where I'm heading. What's really nice about Strand Titan is that you, with Into the Fray, is that you can kind of just like throw the tangles where you're going to go, which is kind of cool. So it's going down again, but that's okay. I'm here to support. I'm here to revive the team. I'm here to get stuff done and make it as easy for them as possible. See, I'm using the finisher to actually go through these blights here, which is very, very nice. I'm just trying to get Arc Craniums for my team so they can grab them and finish off the enemies. And here we go. Boom. I pick up the Arc Cranium. There we go. Picked it up. And now I can start taking some of these down myself. There's the last champion right there. The overload on the left of me. Gonna block his attack. Go for the stun. I really should have just picked up the Arc Cranium, but I ended up not doing that. But the Arc Cranium would have melted them. But they got melted anyway because my teammates are awesome. And now I'm just going to go up. I actually do end up swapping to the Excalibur here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. See, I learned here that the Excalibur's shield is strong enough that you can just kind of chill and just like shoot him with Excalibur. And because he's a Vex, he ends up taking 25% more damage from the shot. So I could have ended that last two phases way, way, way sooner, which I'm definitely going to be doing in the future running this GM. But Excalibur is just awesome. I love this freaking glaive. It is my favorite exotic glaive, and it's not even close. And yeah, that's it. The GM is over. I did not die a single time, and I was able to support my team by taking as much aggro as possible, basically nullifying the boss entirely. I don't think this is the cleanest gameplay, but it definitely was a lot of fun to do, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the build breakdown. Goodbye. So, we have our build breakdown for this GM video. we have the call. I run lead from gold and one for all with high velocity rounds and hard launch, just because I like fast shooting rocket sidearms and I like getting that extra ammo economy. Then we have Excalibur with feedback refit, just so that way we can keep our shield up as long as possible, especially during that Hydra boss fight towards the end. It's actually a very good way of killing that boss. Hell, if I'm going to do this GM solo one day, I'm definitely bringing myself with Excalibur. I think that Excalibur is hella underrated this season. I think it's fantastic. Then we have Missile Edge, Flash Counter Redirection with Swordmaster's Guard, and Jagged Edge with Synergy for even more Woven Mail from Into the Fray. I really love this sword. I think it's my favorite sword in the entire game. Ergo Sum is very close, but goddamn, Abyssal Edge is fantastic. Now, for our mods, we are running Dexterity on our arms. This is incredibly important. I really recommend you run Dexterity because you can swap to your Stronghold sword as fast as possible. It's very, very important. You can actually, instead of running that, you could run Harmonic Dexterity and Fastball if you want to. I'm not a huge fan of Fastball. I don't want to get used to having Fastball. I want to get used to not, because I want to have the extra energy open to me. But we have 2 heavy ammo finders and a heavy ammo scout, just so when we do kill things, we can provide support for the team. Then we have a void resistance and concussive dampener and melee damage resistance. I usually like to match this with whatever threat. I believe it's arc threat for GM, so I would switch this out to an arc, or you can do a solar if you are worried about the final boss, but I'm more worried about the tormentor, so void threat makes a lot of sense. And then we have double harmonic scavengers. If using the Excalibur a lot, I would run a void scavenger as well. Recuperation is very, very important for that extra chip healing, because we want to be able to heal while we're standing behind our shield. And then we have Special Finisher. Again, just more team support. If we have max armor charges, we can make special ammo for the whole fire team, which is very, very nice. Then we have Reaper. We can create more orbs. And Proximity Ward for that powerful overshield. I love Proximity Ward. I have it on every single build. It's incredibly, incredibly important. Then we have our Berserker class. We have Thread of Warding for Woven Mail on overpower pickups. And then we have Thread Generation. We have Thread of Continuity. And we have Thread of Transmutation. Then we have Shackle Grenade, Banner of War, and Into the Fray. This is basically my support paladinish kind of build. It's just trying to stay alive, trying to keep teammates alive by drawing aggro. It's not a guaranteed way to keep all of your teams alive. If you want that, I can imagine a support warlock build would be better for you. But if you want to play like an MMO tank, this is how you do it. You keep your team alive by making sure the boss just keeps shooting you. And yeah, it's not the fastest GM clear. If you want that, there are a billion other channels out there that'll show like the most Titan DPS ever. You can run Lamarnarch with with Arc Titan with Stormskeep, whatever that aspect's called. It's Stormskeep, right? Am I stupid? Oh god. Yeah, Stormskeep. Anyway, there are tons of channels out there if you want high DPS Titan builds. But if you want to live forever, if you want to be unkillable, if you want to be an unstoppable force and stand there and hold right click so that way the boss shoots at you instead of your team, you've come to the right place. And if you made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe and join the Discord down below, because we do like these GMs that we did. That was in the Discord. We were all hanging out in the Discord just having a good time. So if you want to run GMs, if you want to run raids, whatever, grab the LFG role in the Discord and we'll have some fun. Now, you all have a wonderful day, and thanks again for 1,000 subs. Appreciate you all.